So this flute is headed down to Antarctica. Here's why and how you can play one for yourself. So a few months ago, I made this post on social media where I mentioned that the copper flute had found itself to every corner of the world except Antarctica. So I get this mysterious comment, would you like to see a copper flute in Antarctica? I'm intrigued, I write back, I don't hear anything. Finally, I do hear back, but there's a problem. You know how when it's cold out, you breathe up against a pane of glass, like that. The condensation from your breath gathers on that glass and you can see it. Well, the same thing happens in this little channel inside of the copper flute head joint. And the more dry the air outside is compared to your breath, the faster that condensation gathers, and it can really interrupt how the flute plays. So before I was going to send any copper flute to Antarctica, I wanted to redesign it to give them a fighting chance against that condensation in one of the driest deserts on Earth. Yes, Antarctica is actually a desert and a very dry one. Now, the side effect of adjusting any of the geometry inside of this head joint is that it gives this more open, more airy, more breathy, and some might say a more mysterious sound. So after going through all the work of designing and redesigning and testing again, I decided instead of just making those 2 flutes and sending them on down to the South Pole, I've made a very limited run of these Antarctica edition copper flutes in both high F or lullaby and low D. If you look on the back here, you'll see Antarctica edition with the outline of the continent Antarctica here on the back. The finish itself is called Aurora Brass. This is a labor-intensive but beautiful finish. On top of the metallic luster, you also have multiple layers of this shifting color, and that's a nod to the aurora lights that you see down in Antarctica in the southern hemisphere. In addition, you have this hand-polished copper mouthpiece that's reflected here on the bottom and just pulls this very elegant look all together. So there is a very limited amount of these. If you're interested, do go over to the shop. If you're seeing this, they've been made available now, and here's a sample of what they sound like.